Okay, so last night I made a video about a judge that I respect and like, and her opinion of a Democrat dude that I have no idea who he was until today. So now we have people on color versus people on color in the favor of a racist. Now I don't know the guy she was bitching about. I respect her, and I know that she bitched at Rosie O'Donnell. I respect Rosie O'Donnell. I respect the entertainment community, but not everybody in the entertainment community uh, sees things the way I see them, and I get that. And most of them, like me, don't support Donald Trump. Well, here's a news flash: most of them probably didn't get off their asses and voted either, which is why Donald Trump is the president. Do I love Donald Trump? Hell to the no. I can't stand that racist bastard. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that this woman of color, who is a judge, has chunked down this man of color, who is a candidate or a congressman or whatever the hell he is and whatever he does. And, part of the problem with America is reverse racism when people of color attack people of color. Alright? Now, I don't think the judge is black, Judge JP. I can't remember or pronounce her actual name. She's on Fox News. I can give you that if you watched the first video from yesterday. Then you'll know who the hell I'm talking about. But anyway, part of the problem is that we people of color don't seem to know where we stand. We all seem to stab ourselves in the back on some level or another. I'm guilty of it. I own it. There has been many a times where I have got on here and said that I am ashamed to be part black. I don't take that back. I own that shit because every time a young black man does something, it makes it harder for me to go into stores and shit. Now, granted, most people don't even know that I'm half black. They don't even see that. They think I'm Mexican or Hawaiian, and I'm part Cherokee, so they don't even give me that. They just say, oh, you're some kind of Mexican or some kind of Indian or you're a half breed of some sort. Well, I've been dealing with that for 43 fucking years. I'm used to it. But see, my worst problem with that is that I have been getting most of my racism from black people. Not black enough for the black people. I've only had one incident with Native Americans, only one, and that was because the chief or whoever he was in a wheelchair and he had a raw feather up his ass and decided that he just wanted to be a dick. Alright? Wheelchair basketball tends to bring out the worst in some people. So, if you're going to make a statement and you're going to make a statement on people of color, try not to make it out to seem as dickified as this. She didn't appreciate him, and it's basically a bunch of crap. You know, he needs to be graceful. He's the guy who was on Sunday Meet the Press who thinks that Donald Trump isn't a legitimate president. Well, I can't really go against that, but unfortunately, the truth of the matter is Donald Trump won. We all have to accept it. I'm Hillary all damn day. But I do live in reality, and I do know that Donald Trump has won. I don't have to like it. I don't have to accept it. But I do have to deal with the next 4 years with Donald Trump as a president. And the only thing I say this every time is that if he can honor his word, if he can make it easier for us vets to maintain, and hold jobs, and if he just scratches that whole shit about that wall, I will do what is expected of me as an American citizen to support this bastard. However, I don't have to like him to support him. I can't stand him. I'm not going to change my opinion about him. All I want is for him to be fair and just and get rid of that thought of building a fucking wall with our money because he's such a fucking millionaire that he can build it with his own goddamn money. If he wants the wall that badly, he can build it with his own money and see if Mexico decides to reimburse his ass. We shouldn't have to pay for a wall that we didn't ask for. You want people to stop crossing the border? Pay the Border Patrol more. Get more people on Border Patrol. I need a fucking job. No. Give us jobs. You want people not to come across the border? Give us jobs to keep them from coming across the border. Tighten up Border Patrol. Make a deal with Mexico to tighten up their Border Patrol. Because clearly, it's funny how this whole American-Mexican thing works. See, in America, we commit crimes, and the first damn thing we want to do is jump over the border and run to Mexico, pay Mexican officials to keep us from going back home, etc., etc. Where Mexicans, on the other hand, they don't commit crimes. They just want to be freer, so they jump across the border and get jobs illegally, and they do everything, and they're undocumented and all this other shit. And all of a sudden, Now that we have a new president, it's about to become worse because he wants to build the Great Wall of China in America. So how far do you expect this wall to stretch? Because technically, it'll have to go all the way from the Gulf of Mexico, around Texas, around Florida, around Nevada, around California. And what about Baja? Because Baja is part of California, but it's located basically in Mexico. Come on, man. Really? This senseless ass wall that's going to encage us all from escape in case something else happens? I'm not saying that Canada's going to get uppity, because Canada is cool as hell, and they're not going to get uppity and be like, yeah, we're going to attack America. No, because Canada knows like we know. If anything happens to us, it happens to them because we're on the same fucking continent. There's something wrong with the world today when you think that building a prison wall around us to keep us safe isn't going to have the opposite effect when we need to leave. Now, you never know. If you've watched Starship Troopers, which was based on what would happen if Hitler had won the war, most of the people in the world were living in South America, okay? Because it was like the only safe place left. But you're going to build a wall in America? Did you not read the X-Men comic book Age of Apocalypse, where South America was like the only safe haven because Magneto had one part of the world, Sinister had another part of the world, Apocalypse had most of the world, and there was nowhere to go, and he was killing humans, and some mutants who were banding up to fight against him, he was killing them too because it was all about him or everyone else had to die. So what are we doing? Are you leading us into the age of apocalypse? I just want to know where I need to stand. Do I need to stand on the floor of treason, or do I need to be ready to fight for my life? I need to know, because when you build this wall, which will most likely come out of our tax money, because he doesn't pay taxes, or did you guys forget about that shit during the first 5 minutes of this video? He doesn't pay taxes. So that's why he's so rich. So why don't he put some of that millions of dollars into the money of building this damn wall and build it his goddamn self with his own money? He can do that because it's America, you know, and you have the right to do everything you want as long as you don't break the fucking law. You know, you have the right to say what you want as long as you don't break the fucking law. Now, I have not slandered this man because most of the things I've said about him has been proven. He has gone bankrupt 4 times. And again, I don't give a damn how you say it. I have never known a millionaire, even in the comic books, to go bankrupt. You're a millionaire. How the fuck can you go bankrupt if you're a millionaire? And congratulations to Bill Gates for being the richest man on the planet. Anyway, moving on. If you're going to have an issue when you're people of color, this isn't the forum to do it. I think that the judge and the congressman need to sit down face to face and have a talk. It's just my personal opinion. Like I said, I respect Judge JP. I just found out who the bald-headed black guy is that she was bitching about with her and Rosie O'Donnell and all that other shit on Fox News. You can Google the video or whatever. I showed a clip yesterday. And the whole thing is that, you know, one, we people of color need to understand one thing. The reason why we fail so much is because we stab each other in the back so much. We all have this mentality of, if I can't have it, you can't have it, which if you look throughout history, there's a reason why there's so few black people in the entertainment business, because they don't want a lot of black people being successful actors. Henceforth, that's why I'm not a successful actor. They don't want to give roles to people of color. They don't write enough roles for people of color. There's not enough Asian people in acting in America. So if you're Asian and you want to get into acting and you want to stay relevant, your best bet is to go over to Asia. The problem there is that if you don't speak the language of whatever country you're trying to be successful in, you're screwed. So it's very important that if you're Asian to go to a CLC or a KLC or a JLC. And for those who don't know what those abbreviations are, Chinese Learning Center, Korean Learning Center, Japanese Learning Center, etc., etc. So while this judge and this congressman are fighting, and they're both people of color, and again, like I said, I respect the judge, and you know, I will never, ever like Donald Trump. I can get 2 shits about that bastard, and yeah, she probably voted for him, and I ain't got nothing against her for voting for him because I'm still going to watch her show on Fox. God, y'all like how I plugged the hell out of her, right? Anyway, the whole concept is, people of color, as long as we're not going to unite, we will always fight. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Comfort Having number 2, and this is 10 minutes of your life that you can't get back. Be seeing you.